So I'll come back to those perverse incentives in a minute, but just for a moment, just for a bit of fun, I'm going to make you king for the day, for this session, and I'm going to hand you £5 billion, and I'm going to ask you, how would you allocate that?
£5 billion to do what? Because if I wanted to spend £5 billion on the health of the country, I would probably put it in housing and education and possibly prisons. Now, if you want me to spend it on the health service, or even more on social care. I mean, if I wanted to spend £5 billion, I'd put it on social care. If we want to improve health, we do those first three. If we want to get out of the crisis where we are at the moment, you put it on social care. Why we have this ridiculous boundary between healthcare and social care, other than for fiscal reasons?
Explain that boundary and explain what social care is versus healthcare.
I'm going to struggle because it's not a logical one. There are some conditions that are deemed to be health problems. You've told me, Steve, about your mother's experience of stroke. Stroke is clearly a health problem which requires NHS input. And the amount of care you receive may be variable, and the amount of availability of nursing care in the home and so on may be very variable and less than one would like, but it exists. But for some other conditions, like, say, Alzheimer's, you're almost, not quite on your own, but you're much less likely to receive any NHS support. Tell me why that makes any sort of sense at all. Social care doesn't just apply to the elderly and it applies to sort of younger people with various lesser abilities of one sort or another. But there is no logical boundary, but there has been boundaries drawn that says these conditions are health, these conditions are social, the NHS will look after you, these, you're on your own, sunshine, you'll have to pay for everything yourself. Now, that doesn't make any form of sense. We then end up in this situation. What is it they say? Round about 30% of acute beds are being in hospitals are held by people who could be discharged home if there was someone to look after them. But if they go home, what's wrong with them doesn't need NHS input, so they don't get anything, so they stay in hospital. Madness, completely the wrong place. For £5 billion, thank you very much. That's where I'll put that.